Hey, what's up, AJT fam? I hope you guys had a great weekend. I gotta apologize real quick. I didn't get to do recaps toward the end of the week. Spectrum knocked me out one day. Um, then the next day, I don't know what the heck happened to my computer. I got started an hour and a half late and never did get caught up. Missed the open and everything, and took off early Friday, so we had to hit the road. But back on track now. And the biggest question that I've been getting, the main question I've been getting the last couple of weeks, email, in the mentor sessions, how do we deal with this market? How can we make money in this market? And over the past several weeks, I've shared some things with you about adapting. We started before the last earnings season with the scan we could run at night so that we could look for some stocks. We could look for stocks that are doing analyst upgrades or downgrades depending on the strategies that you want to trade. But the main thing is, and what we have to focus on, is the two most powerful warriors in our trading circle going to be patience and time. And this is a quote I got from this guy Leo Tolstoy, and it hits the nail right on the head. The two most powerful warriors that we can have on our side in trading is patience and time. Just flat being patient. There's another quote I like that kind of goes along with what we're talking about too. But this, you want it to sink in. Okay, we need to be patient, and we don't need to sit here and be worried about time. We're gonna have all the time we need to make the money we want to make. We just have to be patient and not get overboard. The last quote I want to share with you, this is from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I'm going to be sharing some of these with you. I don't know if you guys want to read the book together, but this is one of those books that completely changed the way I look at the market and how I affect the market. There are a lot of books that's helped me put everything that I've learned together. And it far outweighs all of the psychology classes I took, all the grad psychology classes I took. This stuff here, that people just got to the bread and butter of the core of what being patient is about, developing the right mindset, depending on what you're doing. But this quote says, "Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you in one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances." And what that tells me, and what that told me, and what I got from that is, don't come in thinking that you could do the same trade today that you did the day before. We know that doesn't work. We know the market is different from 1 hour to the next. So when you come in and you try to repeat and the same thing and try to get the same results, and not pay attention to the market conditions, you're gonna get burned. So a lot of you are having trouble now because you don't know how to interpret the market. And that's when we get to the second part of this quote, when it says, let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. That means you have to let the market conditions, the chart that's telling you all of this. This is how we read it. We read the market conditions through the chart. We don't listen to all of these news things and try to guess what it's going to do. We sit back and we let it happen. That is, that's one of the smartest things to do. It reminds me of another quote that was in that Art of War book. It says, if you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. Just be patient. They're going to come to you. It's going to come to you. We just have to be patient and listen, just adjust to the market conditions. And that's what I've been trying to teach you. And a lot of you are stuck because you're not adjusting to the market conditions. If you're going to trade in this market, the risk reward is going to be a little bit worse. It's not going to be that bad. But we're not going to make a, $5 or $6 move when we're risking $2. We may risk $2 and we may get a $3.50 or $4 move at the most. But we're going to be taking profit along the way. Okay, because it's the smart thing to do. And we'll look at today to see what happens. But just think about this. This is what I'm trying to help you guys navigate this time. We still have several more weeks of this type of market to deal with. Now, I'm not saying there are not any opportunities. There are opportunities out there. They're just fewer and farther between. So what we have to do is sit, be patient, and wait. And, attack when it presents itself. Okay, that's basically what we're doing. ENPH. Oh, one more thing. We are starting the aftermarket earnings class in a week. We're starting the next a new evolution of the trader mindset. And you guys that aren't members, $5.99 for a lifetime investment is a no-brainer. You can make that back in less than a week. You can get that return on your investment in less than a week. And you've got a lifetime of service. Because I will not charge you for another class. I will not charge you for any of the webinars or presentations that I do. You'll not have to pay any more for the one-on-one mentoring. All of that's unlimited. That's why membership is, I keep it to a minimum. I'm a one-man band. I'm not a marketing machine. You won't see me do any ads or anything like that. That's just not what I do. My focus is teaching you the things you need to know in order to get where you want to be. That's the number one focus. So a $5.99 lifetime investment, you get all of this. I don't know what else to say. But ENPH. Now, ENPH is one that's been hitting our alternative scan. It was on there last night. And I want you to see the daily chart. And you could see this thing is just hanging out at the bottom. We've recovered a little bit, but we have not been able to establish over the 20. We came back Friday. I was looking for this to sell off today. I'm looking for this to come into the open and get a flush down to around 115 or something like that. But it didn't. It set up long. So I had to take it long. The ideal trade for this would have been an all-day hold, meaning I get in it. I knew I was going to take profit here, and I was going to take some more about 125. I was waiting for this thing to go because it had some decent room up here, but it didn't. It didn't really hit the next target. It started selling off. It came all the way back, stopped me out at break even, but then it just traded sideways inside of its intraday channel. There are no trades in here for me, none. But let me bring this back up so we can see it better. All right, but that's what happened here. A little base hit. I'll take that. I'm not gonna cry about that. But here's FDX. Now FDX is one. This one I should have been a good all-day hold. This is what I was looking for on Thursday. Remember, we had aftermarket earnings on FDX. We nailed it. Really good earnings trade. I'm looking for this. I can't remember. Was it Thursday or Friday? Must have been Thursday. So Thursday, this is the move I'm looking for. I'm looking for it to gap up. There were some notable calls expiring Friday at the 285 mark. Okay. I'm looking for this thing to rip the next 2 days to get there by Friday. It didn't happen. But this is a good example of it's just a delayed move, and this would have been a really good all-day hold. This would have been a decent move on ENPH if it followed through. But this would have been a nice all-day hold. This is one of the things that we could adapt to. We trade earnings the night before, and then we look at if it held support. And this held support overnight. It just lost it at the open, and it just never came back. So that just didn't work. But today, it made a nice move. Unfortunately, I was not trading it. But that, I don't know why I keep making this small. But just wanted to point that out. Let's see, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I got in this thing was running. Here's a 5-minute opening range high. Probably could have got in here, but I was trading another stock. It ran up, but here I waited. It pulled back and retested this level, and so I got it on the break and just started taking profit up here. It pulled back a little bit, started to run. I bought again, and it didn't work, so I shorted it. I tried to get the reversal on this, and that didn't work. So I bought it. I bought it here as we were trying to get back over, and ended up getting a little base hit on this. But it wasn't that bad of a trade. To be honest with you, it was not really that bad. But I think it could have been better. I could have managed this a little bit better. The NVIDIA short is what hurt me. Trying to do the reversal here. Here's where I got in the reversal. Didn't quite work. But if you're confused here, here's where I bought, took profit, it pulled back. Here's where I added, took profit, and this is when it pulled back and I got stopped out at break even. Here is where I tried to get the reversal. It didn't pull all the way back. This is where I covered, and then I bought because it confirmed over the linear regression channel. Took profit up here, and then it came back, stopped me out at break even. So I didn't know if I had hit the right entries and exits for you. I didn't want you to get confused, but that was that. So not bad. I'm not gonna complain about that. Tesla was an interesting one today. So Tesla sold all the way off. We got under the 100 period, 100-day moving average, which is this orange line here. When we took it out, I got short. We did start to sell off, but we got stuck, and it got aggressively bought back up, so I had to bail out. And here we bounced and ended up accidentally shorting here. So what happened was, I had the chart on Tesla, but I was trying to put out an order for an NVIDIA, and I put it on the wrong chart. Ended up shorting this 100 shares, and then we got under the 100 period moving average. I went ahead and added full, looking for a move back to the 9, and then to VWAP, which we got, but we couldn't get sold back through VWAP, and I ended up, taking it off here. This was an accidental trade that I looked at this and I'm like, you know what, if I add to this, I can make a couple of dollars and, pretty much take care of this. So it was just coming up with the plan. After I got in, I still had a plan. I didn't just sit there and cross my fingers and hope it worked. I waited until we got under the moving average. I added and started taking profit at strategic points, levels of support. That's what we do every day. Trading is simple. It's about support and resistance. Knowing where the daily pivots are, knowing where the daily moving averages are, knowing where the intraday levels are going to be, and they're getting put in all day. Just knowing these things and knowing how to read the candlesticks, which is one of the first things I teach you, so that you could let the candlesticks tell you the story. Now, does it follow every time? No, but it does most of the time, and that's the best deal we can get. Those are the best odds we can get. So that's gonna wrap up my day. I feel based on how today turned out and how the price action looked and what these stocks did intraday, I am very pleased with how the day turned out. NVIDIA was the NVIDIA and Tesla, the initial trades out of the gate, were the only ones that didn't do very well, but we did have enough activity, enough follow through to kind of work that out. So that is it for me today. I hope you guys had a great day too. But enjoy the rest of your day, relax, and we'll get back at this first thing in the morning.